In this challenge, you have to perform two simple tasks. So the first task is copying the data of one file into another file. Copying the data from one file to another file. So suppose there is one file called source.txt, and in this something is written like say Java test file, whatever you like you can write it, but write everything in capital letters. Alright, so there is one file called source1.txt, and that is having everything in capital letters. So you can open Notepad and you can create a file, and in that you can type something in capital letters and you can save it in the project folder of NetBeans. So this is a existing file. Then you have to write a Java program to copy all these contents from this file into another file. You can give any name. I am giving the name as source2.txt. You have to copy all those contents, but you have to copy in lower cases. Java test file. Copy everything in lowercase. That's it. This is a simple task. So you have to read from one file and copy the content in another file as it is, all the contents, but the cases are changed from uppercase to lowercase. So as a hint I can give you, you have to use file input stream for reading from this file, and you have to open a file output stream for writing into this file. And how to change the cases, you should know that capital letter cases, that ranges ASCII codes range from 65 to 90, and lower cases are from 97 to 122. So this is the range of ASCII codes of capital letters and small letters, uppercase and lowercase. So write down this program, pause this video and try to write down the program by yourself. Otherwise you can continue watching. I will be showing you the code for this task. Then I will explain you next task. First you complete this task and then I will talk about next task. Pause the video and try it. Here I have a program for copying data from one file to another file. See, file input stream, I am opening a file called source1.txt, and file output stream opening a file called source2.txt. When you are using file input stream, the file must be already existing. Otherwise, file not found exception, right? So exceptions I am throwing away here. I am not writing try and catch here. Just to make the code simple, I am throwing exceptions. It's not a good practice. You should try and catch, but just to help you understand the code, I am doing this. Now next, file output stream. When you use file output stream, then if the file is not existing also, it will create the file. So two files are there, source1.txt and source2.txt. Then I have taken a variable b here. Then I am reading the data from the file using file input stream, and it will read and store the data in b. It will read until it reaches -1. So Java doesn't recognize end of file marker, but if there is no byte left, it will return -1. So read until you get -1. Okay, and if that b is lying in between 65 to 90, means it is in capital letters, so add 32 to make it lowercase letters. Else, if it is not within this range, then simply copy that character, whatever it may be, copy it. At the end, I am closing both the files. Let us look at this source 1 first of all, then we will run the program, then we will see source 2. See, I have source1.txt. If you look at this file, I have written something like Java programming language, test file, copy data from one file to another, everything in capitals. Alright. Now let us run the program. There is only one file present here in NetBeans folder inside the same project. Right. I have given the project name as Student Challenge IO1. Alright. So in that project folder, this file is there. Let us run the program. Program executed. There is no output here because I am not printing anything. Let us go to the folder of NetBeans project, then see what is the file created, whether the file is created or not. Yes, source 2 is created. So this is source 2 and everything is in lower cases. See, everything is in lower cases. Spaces and new line, they are not changed because I was changing only if it is an alphabet. 65 to 90, then only I was changing the case. That's it. So content of one file are copied into another file, not as it is, but just by changing the cases. Now let us look at next task. Now you have to write one program which will have two source files, source1.txt and source2.txt. Just now we created this one. So one is having everything in uppercase, other one is having same thing in lower cases. You have to copy the contents of this file in another file, that is destination.txt. After copying all the contents of source 1, you have to copy the contents of source 2. So you have to copy the contents of two files into a single file. You don't have to merge. You just have to append the contents of second source file after the contents of source file 1. So first source, then second source file. So you have to write a Java program for this one. So you have to use two file input streams for two files and one file output stream for destination.txt file. Then how do you combine such that after completing this one, it should start reading the data from this one? So for that, I will give you a hint, that is there is a Java class called as sequence input stream. So you have to use this class, which will take two file input stream and read the data from them one after another. Once the first stream has finished, it will start reading the data from second stream, and this will open these files and it will copy the content into destination. So pause the video and write a program. After that, if you want help, you can continue watching. I will be showing you the code. Yeah, here is the program. I have two file input streams, FIS1, FIS2 for source 1 and source 2 files. Then one file output stream, that is destination.txt. Then I am taking sequence input stream. Sequence input stream, to that I am attaching file input stream 1 and file input stream 2. So this will read the data from FIS1 first. If it has finished, then it will start reading the data from second one. So we will be reading using, that is sequence input stream dot read until it becomes -1. So when it will become -1, once it has finished reading from second file, not after first file. After second file, it will become -1. So I am reading it and writing inside file output stream. Let us look at the files once. See, I have two files in this folder, that is source1.txt, everything in capital letters, source2.txt, everything in small letters. Now I should get one more file here, that is destination.txt. Let us run the program. Program is executed. Let us go to the folder. Yes, I got a file, that is destination.txt. If I open it, you can find that this is the content from first file and this is the content from second file. So that's all. Hope you have done this simple task by yourself. If you have not done it, then at least now you can type the program, write the program by yourself. And also you will find an attachment in the resources. This program you will find it in resources. That's all in this video.